When we first started, we didn't really know. It's an experiment, right? It's an experiment in bringing people together to just focus on our both our individual well-being as well as the well-being of the group.
I think the community part, to continue on with that has been a really beautiful part of this, to see a community grow
Mhm.
around this topic of well-being, to bring that word more in the forefront.
But I think that's what I love most about the well-being fairs is like there's just these little seeds of inspiration at each of them. And whether it's just like a random conversation you have with somebody over tea, whether it's a talk or a specific workshop or something that somebody's sharing, they're like just a little spark.
Hi there, this is Andrea and Mark and Emily, and we are here to talk to you about our upcoming Spring Wellbeing Fair. And I think the best way to talk about the Wellbeing Fair is to really talk about what we love most about doing it. This is our sixth Wellbeing Fair? Yeah, number six. And when we first started, we didn't really know. It's an experiment, right? It's an experiment in bringing people together to just focus on both our individual well-being as well as the well-being of the group. And no matter how big or small the group is, I think it's always really sweet. It's a very intimate and unique way to spend an afternoon. And it always feels really, really nourishing to me. So Mark, why don't you tell us what you love most about the Wellbeing Fairs?
Well, I love that I get to work with both of you and that we've built a relationship through this process. And that has been really rewarding, especially as a single person here at Mukunda Studio running this space. I was super excited when, the two of you had interest in this and that we could bring more minds together on this topic. And I know TendWell already has history of this topic, and I felt even more excited you'd bring all of that information and wealth of experience and practitioners. I think the community part, to continue on with that has been a really beautiful part of this, to see a community grow
Mhm.
around this topic of well-being, to bring that word more in the forefront. And it's something that I just loved being able to find all the different ways we could talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's been um, probably a fun part. And I think what we've made sure is that we participate in it as much as we can
Mhm.
as the ones who have created the fair, that we're certainly, spending time building it ahead of time, but that we enjoy it when it happens as
Yes.
much as possible. Um, so I'll start with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
And
about if oh, I'll pass it over to you, Emily.
I know. I wish I could be there and with you too.
No.
Mhm.
Wow, six well-being fairs.
Mhm.
That's like wild to hear out loud. And when you said spring well-being fair, I didn't plan on this, but I literally walked in my front door, was like in a little bit of a spring cleaning mood. And there's these like packets of California poppy seeds that have been sitting on my mantle for like 2 years. I hope they're still good. And I just was inspired. I just like ripped open the bags and threw them all over the yard.
Yeah.
So I just literally did my planting seeds. See in
Mhm.
a couple weeks how that goes. But I think that's what I love most about the well-being fairs is like there's just these little seeds of inspiration at each of them. Um, and whether it's just like a random conversation you have with somebody over tea, whether it's a talk or a specific workshop or something that somebody's sharing, they're like just a little spark for me. And I love that they've been seasonal too. So it's a rolling continual thing. I know that they're going to keep coming with the waves of the seasons. Um, and I love that it's been a intimate group of people and people have kind of shifted roles over time. So it's like, you know, someone's a practitioner one time and then they're participating the next time or doing something a little bit different. And I love that openness and welcoming feel of the fairs.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little microcosm for sure. And I feel that one of the nice things that the practitioners have said in the past is that it feels really reciprocal because they're there to be of service and to, you know, to learn, actually to teach people about the things that they do and that kind of thing, but yet they get so much out of it at the same time. And I think that that's really beautiful. And, you know, I'm a firm believer that in order to keep our nervous systems even remotely nourished and calm in this crazy world that we're living in, that we need a team of experts, you know, a team of folks who can help us to feel better in our bodies and our minds and our spirits. And that, I think, is the biggest takeaway from the well-being fair for me, is connecting the practitioners, the healers of the world with people who could actually really benefit from their work. And that's why I'm so excited that we're continuing to keep building and growing the fairs and expanding to doing corporate fairs. And next fair, we're going to be partnering with the LGBTQ Center. So it's just like, it's growing and it's growing, and I think it's going to be really beautiful. So thank you all for listening, and we really hope that you can join us on Saturday, March 16th, from 12 to 4. There's still spots available. It's sliding scale pricing, so we've really tried to make it accessible for everyone. But please, if price is a problem, just reach out to us. We're happy to work something out to make sure that everybody has access to the work that we're doing and to this really special day. So thank you so much.
Oh, can I say one last thing?
Of course.
A portion of the proceeds from our fair will go towards TGIJP, which is the Transgender Gender Variant Intersex Justice Project. And that's a local organization that we'll be making a connection with. We look forward to seeing you all there. There's also a live stream option. So if that is a more accessible way, if you don't live in the area, you can also go to our new website, sfwellbeingfair.com, and there's a live stream ticket option on there. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Saturday. We can't wait.